Continuing with the message for Vladimir Putin. Alright, we've described the fix in a number of other messages. I'll just go through these slides to remind you, and then we're going to get deeper into what is behind it all. These are the reports of no birds seen in Amsterdam the last few days, and locals smelling sulfur. The problem is an easy fix for Russia, moving quickly. All the other rigs in the area just add to the mix of a hydrogen explosion like never before witnessed. Lowering the pipes into the sea, dropped by the helicopter, the weight of the pipes will embed in the sea floor. This is all up there on the net already. Slow these down to read them if you need to. This is the largest Russian helicopter, lifting 44,000 kilograms, can easily lift these pipes that have been pre-drilled with holes on the lower end and then dropped into the sea bed. Then tankers with rocks, coal or iron ore shipped in open tankers to the site, where gravel buckets can scoop the material, then drop it on the site. Mr. Putin, being the former head of the KGB, you are uniquely aware what is behind all of this insanity. Loosely, the Zionist Freemason Western establishment dominated by the Bible, owned by the Queen, she being the head of the Church. The biggest problem facing the world is the Queen. NATO must be forced to close down the chemtrail dumping aircraft poisoning the earth. Give NATO 24 hours to capitulate, then if they do not stop, do what is necessary. Make it clear to the world that Russia is acting under orders of Jesus the King. The disaster is intentional. The idea was to pierce into a gas field to destroy the rig. The pressure is perhaps 50,000 kilograms per square centimetre. At this pressure, it could never be contained and simply blow the drilling head out of the bedrock in the same way as the vast pressure did in the Deep Horizon Gulf of Mexico, owned by the Queen. Likewise, an attempt to create a massive air bomb, and in fact the Gulf of Mexico was the practice run for the Elgin rig. The latest effort is designed to take out Europe. The Olympic Games should immediately be boycotted by all nations, as the date of the opening ceremony is the same date as the two destructions of the temple at Jerusalem on the 9th day of the Hebrew month of Av, which this year is the 27th of July. This time the earth is the temple. The easiest way to solve the Elgin disaster is crushed iron ore. This is the measurement from the rig to Jerusalem, 3787.4 kilometres. To understand why this is happening, we have to look to the concordance of the King James 1611 Bible. It can be found at www.blueletterbible.org. It is the word witchcraft found in Hebrew, found in 2 Chronicles chapter 3, verse 36. The verse number in the Greek is 336, is from 1, a destroying, killing murder, found in Acts 2:22, Paul consenting to the murder of Stephen. 3784 in Hebrew is to practice witchcraft or sorcery, use witchcraft. Sorcerer, sorceress, from 2 Chronicles 33:6. The location of the Elgin rig at 5706 north by east 2 degrees, and Jerusalem north 3147042 by 3513854, added the Jerusalem coordinates together, is 6660. Hebrew number 5706 for the latitude of the Elgin rig in the sense of aiming an attack. 2000 for the east 2 degrees is Haman, destroy, break, consume, destroy. Mr. President Vladimir Putin, keep in mind the Queen is the head of Freemasonry and as monarch the Church of England. They are all Satanists. 2 Chronicles 3 verse 36, the concordance number is Greek 336, destroying, killing, murder. 336 in the Greek is death. Acts 22:20, and when the blood of thy martyr Stephen was shed, I also was standing by and consenting unto his death. 336, and kept the raiment of them that slew him. This was supposed to be Paul speaking. The Apostle Paul was a devil. He was the lead assassin for Rome. He was standing by, consenting to the death of Stephen, and kept the clothing of them that slew Stephen. 2 Chronicles 33:6, and he caused his children to pass through the fire in the valley of the son of Hinnom. Also he observed times and used enchantments and used witchcraft. 3784, and dealt with a familiar spirit and with wizards. He wrought much evil in the sight of the Lord to provoke him to anger. This is the measurement from the Elgin gas rig to Golgotha, the hill of the crucifixion outside of Jerusalem in the west. It is strategically placed, the rig, off the coast of Scotland, Norway and the Netherlands. The idea to pierce the reserve, then leaving a flame on top to ignite the gas, detonating a vast air bomb when the gas-air mix reaches the rig's flame. According to the company, that is Total, they have no way to control it, nor will they. In other words, they don't want to. The next slide is the rig specifications. The flame poses ignition risk. There are reports that the flame has been extinguished. Adam was reporting from Amsterdam last night that he could see oil in the clouds, as well as smelling the sulfur. The depth of the water is 93 meters to the seabed. And then, of course, the reservoir depth, 5.3 kilometers below that. This is the location 149 miles east of Aberdeen. By now, everybody's familiar with the location of the rig, what it looks like, and the media blackout tells the story. They are hearing nothing about what is going on in Amsterdam or Europe. It is a total blackout. Our site Nibiru Close was closed down once again. The lame excuse of hate speech in text was just a pretext. There have been uploads about the Elgin gas rig being taken down all over the net. This is the Zionist Jew world order, headed up by the Queen of England, the Rothschilds, who are elevating themselves to Lucifer above God, destined, they think, to rule the earth. They have another thing coming. To solve the problem is quite simple. The first thing is to start bringing iron ore to the site from Norway. Readily available are large pipes with small valves to control the flow into ships to take gas away from the area. Either disperse it in the short term or store it for a free gas supply for Europe. Pipes can be held in place by the weight of the iron ore dumped on the seabed and the foot of the pipes. In a very short time, days, the iron ore will crust and seal the pile, allowing the gas to be tapped, reducing the pressure via hundreds of pipes. If less If left, the gas will form a bubble under the rig, then bleed up past the rig's supports, and it will be unstoppable. The only quick action that can prevent an explosion, the first thing is to shut off the flame. Apparently that has been done. Then organise for the ships to transport the iron ore, then organise a method for emptying the ships. Even if several tankers have to be sunk surrounding the rig, then fill in the area with iron ore. There's no time for bullshit or diplomacy, just get on with it.